In this video, I'm going to do another 10-minute beat challenge, which means that I'm going to try to make a beat with different elements like drums, bass, instruments within 10 minutes, and let's see how far I can get in those 10 minutes. I've done this several times before. I'll link those videos in the description. In those videos, I started from scratch. Today, I will start with a sample, and this is the sample that I found. It is a Dutch singer, Armand, and it's from one of his later albums. This is how it sounds.
Er is helemaal niets terecht gekomen van wat ik had gedacht.
I just recorded the beginning of this track into Ableton, and it starts with an open bass note, so that's probably the part that I'm going to use. So I will set the timer to 10 minutes, and let's see what I can make in those 10 minutes. So let's start. So the first thing I'm going to do is to drag this sample into a sampler and tune it. Let's hide this. Let's create a pattern with this. Let's just do it in C minor, of C major. 2-bar pattern. That's okay for now. Let's add some drums to this. Maybe I go with a 707. Just some basic drums. Let's start with a 1-bar pattern actually, just to keep it even more simple. Kick, snare. Okay, next up is adding a synth to this. So let's do a high cut EQ. Let's create a quick patch. Maybe a 2-bar pattern as well. Okay, so now we have a basic loop going. Let's create a variation for like a second part. So this is part 1. Oh. And we're gonna create part 2. So we're gonna extend the bass line. And maybe shorten this. I'll put it 1 octave up. Let's also change the drums for the second part, maybe simplify it a bit. Let's make this into a 2-bar pattern and remove the snares. Okay, so let's see how much time we have left. 6.5 minutes. Let's add an intro of like 2 bars with the sample. I think on the sample we need a little bit more. We need to have maybe a saturator to kind of boost it a bit. Add some drive. Or maybe change the volume as well. So for the intro, maybe we add an effect to change the sample. So let's do a redux. Let's put it quite low, maybe 8-bit. And maybe change also the pitch. So let's turn off the redux for the rest of the sample parts, and let's use the bounce to new track feature so we can create some variation in this part of the sample of the bass. Let's duplicate this. So the drums are a bit simple, so maybe we add another drum rack to add some percussion to spice it up a bit. Let's just start with a percussion kit. Let's just pick something. Oh. 4 minutes left. Maybe a clap. Let's make this in 2-bar loop. Ooh. And then for the second part, we need something else, or maybe we just do some noise actually. So we use the drift synthesizer to create some, turn off the oscillators. Add some white noise. And add a tremolo. An auto pan with the shape. And let's change the volume so we fade it in. And let's use a second auto pan to create stereo spread. So this is a tremolo. Maybe we can add something in the intro. Maybe some automation of a parameter of the effect. Let's add some bounce to new track here as well. Oh. Select this. Oh, 30 seconds left. Maybe add a little bit of reverb to the synths. So yeah, that's it. Time is up. That was 10 minutes. It's incredibly fast. I mean, I had an idea about what to do with the sample. I wanted to use that bass note. So that was kind of a no-brainer, just to use that single note, put it into a sampler and create some kind of basic melody with it. I didn't really think long about the melody at all. It's like a walking bass. So yeah, let's first play the entire thing. So it is the sample in the sampler with some variation, drums, percussion, a drift synthesizer, and then a drift synthesizer that is just noise. So that's the layers. So yeah, that's the beat. Of course, it's very rough, like especially the drums. I just use the stock 707 kit. I usually tweak those more or use like maybe a different snare with the kick. So now it sounds a bit vanilla, those drums. But as a starting point, in 10 minutes, you can't do much sound design. You really need to move fast. I felt like in the beginning, I was really fast with the sample and then slow down a little bit. Also, the synth patch is a bit rough. It's kind of noisy, but it doesn't have a lot of, it doesn't have any modulation or kind of more complicated sound design. Just to play you the sample again. So this is the sample that I used. And that was the kind of the idea I had to use that first note because, well, you have to decide quickly what to use, right? It's not like you can really go to the sample and use all kinds of bits. But all in all, I think it's a pretty interesting starting point for a sketch. So I might develop this further. Hopefully this was inspiring. Try it for yourself to set a time limit and to really make something within that limited time frame, and you'll be surprised with what you can come up with. So thanks for watching, keep making music, and see you in the next one.